Don't let me, I say don't let me. Can't understand myself, that don't let me. Please, mobile and follow me. Don't probably blow it lightly. So that also bounce by mistake.
Okay, folks, greetings, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your geographic location. We want to use this time. It's roughly 12 midday from Capamas, and we want to say welcome to another edition of the program discussing Maryland County. This is the only show where you get facts as is from Maryland County and, of course, Liberia by extension. Into this edition, we're going to be looking at my skepticism for Maryland County rising again. Yep. We're also going to be looking at the national ID card. That's the mandate which was backtracked on by the government of Liberia, and the conveniences of having it, and of course the challenges of having the national identification card, which is a good thing, but how do we go about getting it? And also we're going to be looking at outsourcing in this fragile and frail economy of Liberia. And finally, we're also going to be taking a look at alleged phone tapping on some Tubman University employees by the Lone Star Cell MTN in favor of the administration. And I know some people, I did a headline, some people started to make some sarcastic remarks, but I must add here that on this show, we are not here for sarcasm. We're not here for people who are bent on causing confusion and writing nonsense. If you write nonsense under this post, under this podcast, we are going to definitely block you. I don't care. It is you who will have to find other means of linking up with me, because it's you who need to hear from me. I don't need to hear from you. Having said that, we want to give you a few more bars of our signature song. And remember, we own no copyright to this by Brixton. It's called Only Me. My name is Rutherford Gardner. I'm your usual host and presenter. I'll be right back after a few more bars of our signature. Stay tuned to Discussing Maryland County. Okay, we are back on the program, and we want to say greetings once more wherever you are, wherever you're monitoring from. We want to say this is Sunday, the 29th of June. And of course, over the last 2 days, we've had a very, very heavy downpour of rain. We're in the rainy season, and this is no surprise because in the month of June is when Maryland County, and especially around the Cape area, would get a very high volume of rainfall. Now let's get to it. In the course of last week, and apologies that I didn't come on last Sunday because I have been battling malaria, which is quite common around these parts. I've been battling malaria, and I could not come on the show on last week, Sunday. That should have been the 22nd of June. I think you hear my voice is not very good as it should be, even though some people say I got this heavy voice, but it's extra heavy than usual. So I've been battling malaria, and so I couldn't come on the show last week. But I did a post in the course of the week talking about my own skepticism and frustration about Maryland County, our county, your county. Many people responded with words of encouragement, which I do appreciate. Some said, don't mind the noise of the market, and others said, hey, if you decide to get into this thing, get ready for lashes and disappointments and frustrations and all of that. And those I appreciated. Unfortunately, there was quite someone who I least expected to not just write what he did, but also to rain insults on me. A big brother, raining insults on a younger brother. This is someone who, I'm not going to name his name. If you followed the post, you could go back to my page in the course of the week. That's your assignment. I'm not going to say any name here, but I was quite taken aback. And from that, I gained strength to continue. Yes, I gained strength to continue. I'm not claiming to know everything. What I know and claim is that I am an unrepentant Marylander. Again, I am an unrepentant Marylander. So if you want to be an unrepentant Marylander, fine, that's good. But I was talking about reasons why people, and it was like a continuation of a sequel I began on the, I would say 2 Sundays ago. It was like a sequel, just talking about why Marylanders are hesitant in returning home and contributing to the county, to the growth and development, to the reawakening, I beg your pardon, of the county. And this man goes like, I'm arrogant and something else. I'm like, what? A senior brother? We sacrificed ourselves, our relative comfort zones to come down home and contribute to the reawakening of our county. What have you done? What have you done? I think I mentioned this before on this platform that in 2013, when I was about to come down, people in Monrovia, Marylanders in Monrovia, said to me, what are you going to do down there in that place? What are you going to do in that place? And I'm like, what? You're home and you're calling it that place? I was skeptical. I was hesitant after hearing those bad, chilling words from Marylanders. But then again, I said, I'm going to give it a try. And here we are today. 12 years on, I'm here. And I can assure you that there are many others who came, many other Marylanders and also non-Marylanders who came down to this county as a result of my decision to come here. So I hold myself in high esteem for that. And especially after the insults from a big brother who lives in the States. I don't know how long he's been there for, and I don't know how often he comes home, if he has ever come home in recent time. But I've been re-motivated in doing what I do, and I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue to try in my weak ways to fix Maryland County. That was the exact terminology I used, fix Maryland County. We're going to try. We're going to keep trying. And I just want to say here that I hold nothing against Marylanders who have decided not to come back home. And that's because of the kind of situation we have on the ground. And I mentioned in my last podcast how a few Marylanders believe that the place belongs to them and they alone. That's what they believe, and as long as it's not in their favor, if nothing or anything is not in their favor, then it means it should not work. They must have their way. And this is bad, this is wrong. I was also mentioning about people who are now trying to be friends with county legislative caucus members, especially Honorable P. Mike Jury. And I'm going to say here again, Honorable Jury, most of those people you see coming closer to you is because of their interest. Those were the same people categorizing you and other Marylanders and saying some quite not nice things about you because you are a member of the CDC. I'm not sure if you're still a member of the CDC, but that's what they said and that's what they did. And if anyone challenges me here, I am going to name names. Yep, I'm going to name names. Those people were the ones who were trying to even incite us to write evil, bad things about the president at the time at Tappan University, Dr. Elliot Ware Wilson. They were the same people trying to instigate us, instigate me. But we didn't. I think you know, most of you know the kind of person I am by now. I don't just say things based on the influence or the wiles of people who are usually seen exploiting situations and using politics and whatever they can in the county to continue their grip on Maryland County because they think it belongs to only they alone, a few people, and thereby driving people away from this county. Potential Marylanders want to come home. They want to come. But when you try doing something, you come home. There are people who think that the county belongs to only they alone and they have to fight and undermine you to the best of their ability and play and exploit on the gullibility of very small-minded Marylanders, very small-minded youths. And then they have this habit, this trend now of writing all kinds of gibberish and rubbish and nonsense against people on social media after they are dashed a few dollars, a dollar or two, and activate surprise of the day. And then the thing, yes, we are the progressives and all of that. But to the youth, you are destroying yourselves. I was talking to some youth recently in my community. I told them that you guys are sitting here, you are in majority, but you have not anyone in the house to represent you, but you always complaining about the lawmakers. Oh, they're lawmaker this, they're senator this. You cannot even agree to front one youth. Even though you're in the majority, you have the power to elect at least one youth into the house. But you're so divided and you allow these people, these old, failed people to continue using you, thereby destroying yourselves and creating a bleak future for yourselves. And we got these people who are supposed to be quote-unquote elders trying to micromanage things always. We're not going to stand for that. We are not going to stand for that. Today, I'm going to be very verbose and emphatic. You don't scare me. You don't scare me. You can't scare me. I'm here. You know where to find me. You know where I live. I don't have a curfew on me. It is you. Some of you who, when you come, you have to start putting people around it because you're damn scared of your dirty deeds. You're not going to scare anyone here. You're scared. I can move at any time. Wherever I go, they go, hey, Gardner, some people call me list, but some people call me manager, even though I'm no longer in that position. I'm somewhere else, and this is something we're going to talk about. I move at any time, any hour. Recently, they even heard misunderstood what's obtaining at my job, and some of them said, "Oh, but, bro, you don't tell me anything. You said it." I said, "No, gentlemen. I proffered for a transfer, I beg your pardon. It is you who got to move around with people. Everywhere I pass, even if there's no electricity in Hopper, if it's dark, people know me. And I get my protection from the common people." That's what you're failing to realize. And because of this, some of you will make me jump into this politics to stand for an elected position here. You try me, you will see. You will see. I don't know why you would do that time. Because the people are seeing the facts, they're seeing the reality. People are awakening now. What is that? Some of you just sat over there. You haven't even made an attempt to come home. And now I agree with those who have come and tried and noticed that the kind of situation we have here. I agree with them. I also agree with those who have heard reliably from people they trust. I mean, credible people whom they trust. And because of what those people tell them, they decided, hey, I'm not going to go back. I agree with you. But not for those who just sit supinely in the USA, in their relative comfort zones, and backlash at everything, whether good or bad, in Maryland County, because they are tied somehow to a quote-unquote supposedly person who thinks they own Maryland County. Enough of that nonsense. Enough of that nonsense. Enough of that nonsense. You hear me? I was frustrated, but because of the insults, I decided to stand. I've been reinvigorated. Let me tell you that. I've been reinvigorated. And I'm here. I'm here. Before we move further, let's extend our heartfelt condolences to the Yancey family for the loss of their mother, George Chico Yancey. I know it's a hard thing, homeboy, but we're with you. We got your back. The funeral, from what we've gathered, is going to be in Monrovia. So the body is going to be transferred to Monrovia, I believe, in the first week of July. She was the wife of the late Honorable Fulton Yancey, who died a couple of years ago. And we want to say, may her soul rest in peace. Yeah, so let's continue here. We're going to keep watching and observing the situation for those Marylanders who think that this county belongs to them and they can just rain insults at anybody and try to micromanage. We'll see. I'm on the ground. You better come home and do something before you can open your vocal cavity. I wanted to say something else. Before you can open your vocal cavity to start decrying and demeaning people here for things you just don't understand. You only work on sentiments and all of that. You better come home. The Fulanis are taking over the damn place. They're taking over the damn place. And some of you, they're selling this prime land to Fulanis and foreigners and Mauritanians and all of that. But you don't see it. When people try to straighten things up, then you start writing slush under their posts and podcasts and all of that. We're not going to stand for that. So just know that. I think we spent too much time on this one topic, and let's move on. We have several things on our plate here to cover. Please share the video, and if you want to be a part, you could dial on WhatsApp only +231 555 660 4 421. That's the WhatsApp number again, +231 555 660 421. If you want to be live, we will be very happy to have you, but only on WhatsApp, please. Okay. We got to run through this. We don't have too much time here. The national ID card. Recently, the government of Liberia gave an ultimatum of up to August of this year to have people do their national ID cards. Otherwise, they won't be able to do any bank and other standard transactions. Yes, that's a good idea. It's good to have a record of your citizens. However, in Maryland County, for example, there's only one venue. There used to be two, but now there's only one venue. And from all indications, from my own investigation over the last week or so, the guys who are now only based at Plebo City, in fact, they're not even functioning right now. Besides that, it takes sometimes up to a month or more, or 6 weeks, when you from the time of taking the national ID card to the time of receiving it. So these are things that central government needs to look into and try to rectify those issues so that there'll be a smooth process. Now, the other issue here is I went, after doing my national identification in this modern time, because I had a national ID card, I should say normal days. I was quite a boy by then. But this recent one, the first recent one I did was in, should have been in 2020 or 2019 or something. And following that, I went to Monrovia to do my driver's license. Strangely, all of the questions I was asked and all of the requirements for obtaining or renewing my driver's license were all similar to those questions and requirements that I had to provide when I went to get my national identification card. Now, the thing is, the question is, why don't government open up a central database which would tie in everything like national ID, driver's license, voters eligibility, national social security, health and all of that, and insurance and all of that. So why don't we think about opening up a central database for Liberia, rather than having people go to do birth certificate, then you have to follow all the same thing, do fingerprints of 5 fingers or something on both hands, and do what you call it, write your name, give your date of birth again, and all of that. So this is something the government should seriously consider looking into, creating a database, a central database, so that we mitigate the issues that will come about in getting these national. I know it needs planning, but first we must have the means, the ease of access in Maryland County and in every other part of Liberia, wherein citizens would be able to easily go and get their national ID cards and all of that. Finally, we are about to close. We're keeping it in the 30-minute mark. Finally, this thing about alleged, it has been alleged, and I'm sorry to say, but some people on social media are actually silly. My job is to report the news. That's my job. I report the news, I give analysis. That's my job. And your job is to digest, maybe ask questions, but not make stupid and erroneous statements under people's posts because you think you have the right to a free. Yes, you have a right. Everyone has a right to a free speech as enshrined in the Constitution of Liberia, Article 15 and the following. But you don't just come and make silly statements, because by then you only show how silly you are. I did a post about people complaining about or suspecting that their lines may be allegedly. Now, underline that word, silly, allegedly. Damn it. How you want people more explain that thing again? Somebody says that I think my phone is allegedly tapped by Lone Star Cell, and we said details coming. And then some people start writing nonsense about OTU better than yesterday. The evidences. What kind of nonsense is that? I finished blocking that other goat. You think you're here to take nonsense and foolishness to kind of confuse the essence of people's posts? I will deal with you guys. You bring your nonsense to me, we will run, we will roll, we will ride. So anyway, this is what happened. And I've got complaints from at least 2 staff of Tubman University who believe that their numbers are being tapped by Lone Star Cell empty, and that's what they say, because they say they did not activate call forwarding, but one of them said when they made a call recently, they noticed that their call was being forwarded to an unknown number. So I told them, given my own background in telecommunication, there are 2 major ways you could have your numbers or your phone, your number forwarded. Either you do it from your phone, or it is done, could be done at the, and I said could, now it is illegal. Now listen carefully before somebody go talk other nonsense again. And I said Lone Star is doing it. Okay, because some people, they just don't understand this. So I don't know. The other way is that it could be done upon request by the state through a court order to listen to. But even at that, it's illegal. Well, what happens is a court could request from the VLR or HLR in the network to monitor past texts or conversations if available, okay? But not to in real time monitor somebody's phone, okay? So that's what I told them, and I asked that they check in their call log to see after the call they initiated or received, there might be a number which is strange at the bottom of that a call which they may have initiated or may have received. There might be a number just below that, and that's what the advice I give the person. And they said they're going to do their investigations. They're going to check in with Lone Star, and that's what they said. And those are some of the details I'm going to be putting up. And then you got foolish people talking about TU is better now than the. What kind of nonsense is that? What kind of nonsense is that? We're not going to take that. No. We're not going to take that. You bring that thing, I will block you hard. When I be blocking you, maybe my phone screen will break. Okay, let's just recognize a few people here on the show. We're going to, let's see if we got some comments, and after that, immediately we're going to go bring to a close this edition of the program. Let's see what we got here. Who do we have here? We have Madam Shirley Williams. She and Amara and 3 others are watching from Monrovia. We have Sister Amiwawa Iram, she's monitoring. She says, blessings, good health, and longevity for you. Yep, we have Amara Kamara. He's monitoring. He says, wish you a blessed, wish you all the best, sir. We have Lincoln, that's Linda Boma. She's also watching. We have Mr. Kenneth Awoji. We're still hoping to have him on our platform. And apologies, the caption I didn't have the should I say ability to do the caption because the I don't know, these iPhones, they have their own way. These iPhones have their own way, and I was I've been unable to do that. So, but want to say thanks very much for watching and staying with us on this edition of the program discussing Maryland County. My name is Rashford Gardner. Remember to share the video, and see you on the next one when I'm going to be here to give you the raw deal. Goodbye. Talk to you later.
Can't understand myself, that won't let me. Please, mobile and follow me. Don't you